KYL are going to have to watch out for in this bottom lane. But this is a really intriguing look from ThunderTalk because a lot of people like to signal, 1xn is kind
this
of
map vertically, so Tab can teleport back in. KYL barely doesn't get the concussive blows to land. Teleports in mid. Tarzan is getting screened away by Beichuan. KYL does not have flash. He's going to have to look for the Hex Flash. No, he actually finds the headbutt pulverize. That's first blood going over to AL. Can they continue to chase? Tab now joining the rest of the team. Hope Valks forward. Does not find Feather, but Flandra has TP'd into this play. It is an all-out brawl. It's the feats of strength now going over, and AL have completely blown open this game. It is a double kill going over to the Gwen. Hoya never wanted to go for that teleport, and is it wants to. It's going to be a teleport coming in from Hoya to match. It's going to be, I think, a very big objective advantage now. 1xn gets engaged upon. That's just a complete kill going over to Flandra. They're trying to contest onto these grubs. I don't know if AL's allowed to do this, but it's a huge taunt coming in from the mid laner of anyone's legend. They're just going to let Feather die here. Can Beichuan be the next one? Flandra flashes forward, and that's going to be another kill. They're dashing the hopes of ThunderTalk. They do not want to give them any chances of being able to find this game. All right, there we go. We're trying to fix Slayer's audio right now, so it's unfortunate, but we are.
Things you mentioned that were really important. We saw ThunderTalk in the last game where they were, a bit shaky at points, but they ended up cleaning it up. You mentioned you can't get away with doing that against AL. You definitely can in the early game. They're going to look to throw down the Cyclone combination with the headbutt pulverized. Beichuan gets off the Crescent Guard, but it just doesn't matter right now. They don't have enough damage to turn out any of these kills until Hoya uses the perfect execution to come across, gets a second onto Tarzan, but it just sets up for this Corki and the Gatling gun to rain through. Flandra grabs himself a double kill and is back to dominating the top lane like we know and well.
Well, we said, hey, there was a, this could be our decider between our first two top teams in this group.
God.
And Shanks just puts the hands on him on the galley.
Opposite here. Hoya, I like the flake idea to find one of those aggressive opponents, but we got to go right back to live because it is Shanks getting up to nothing good for ThunderTalk. Just shuts Beichuan completely out of the river. That taunt combination and with Flandra's damage, it's just as easy as 1-2-3 by this point.
Look, we were talking about after their first game of the day for ThunderTalk going up against RNG. Yes, they had a really explosive early game, but in the mid game they started to flounder a little bit, and against better teams, you are always going to be punished for that. And we are seeing it here again, except we didn't have to wait till the mid game. AL just came to play very early on. 7-0-2. Flandra is playing Gwen for the second time today.
Just unrelenting on this rift. That is Flandra using the needle ward just to cancel Satab's back, saying, no, buddy, there's only a one-way trip. You're going back to that fountain, and it is through the gray screen. He's going to use the public execution to buy a little bit of space, gets away from the Surfer Cyclone. It's a bit too late, though, and the arrow does not find its mark onto someone under turret aggro. They're just going to knock down the turret as well. Anyone's Legends looking pristine after that tune-up game 1 in Group B.
And Tab thought he was going to get a little bit more in terms of reinforcements. Hoya's TP got canceled. We're getting a little bit more gameplay now. Okay. Flandra and Tarzan.
Flandra does have to use the flash to get away from those Braum stacks. Beichuan really wants this kill to Flandra. Ton of gold he can get back, but there just isn't enough. You can't brawl. You can't go hands to hands with one of the best top lanes in the AL franchise. Flandra and Tarzan get 2 more down.
Oh, and Shanks just got a solo kill. Okay, guys, FF, guys, we're opening this game, guys. Like, we get to, the picture is just to see the teleport that got canceled. Shanks, I don't know, guys. It's 16-3. It is 12.5 minutes. Maybe we shouldn't have flown the graphic. I think that is another moment of catastrophic events being preceded by a legendary image. That, alongside my predictions about RNG being second in the group, I think we're both eating crow on this one.
Yeah, it should have been foreshadowing when the immediate 30-second call to go live and my entire setup decided to completely boot. Maybe that was the universe just telling me to try and save me from the embarrassment that has been this game as a ThunderTalk supporter. And they got to just look forward to the next game at this point. They're still going to try and find some sort of fights around this dragon, but AL are just playing with their food at this point. The double headbutt pulverized knockup brings in the hero's entrance for Shanks, and it's just time to mop up the scraps. More kills over to anyone's legend. There is nowhere for ThunderTalk to go, certainly not their own jungle.
Shanks is so tanky, he's literally just willing to walk past the tab at this point.
Hope? All right.
Hope you're trolling. Hope you're trolling.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty big shutdown.
Happy gaming.
1xN actually doesn't grab his shutdown, gets a kill, and
tries to find this. Actually gets his E canceled in the middle of this. Playable. Every single matchup's not looking good for ThunderTalk. And to be honest, I want to say Tarzan on this Wukong. I know a lot of eyes have been on the solo lanes and kind of how all over this map has been, but I think Tarzan and Kyle this game have been such a great duo. And again, around mid lane, they find 1xN. I mean, we were talking about it before. We got the interview from the sack down. Beishwan, I don't think this is real, brother. Tabe.
Zhao combination, the Akali, but they're going to have to come play for these big neutrals. Hulk, and that's just going to further tunnel them away out of this game. That's completely blown over in their face.
Second dragon, and there is 19 kills for AL. I don't think this is going to be, like you were saying, there is just no possibility that we're probably going to be seeing scaling in this game for going much later than 24 minutes. It's a great job from anyone's legend. You should be able to close this one out again with 4 grubs. You have to imagine it's pretty simple. You also see that Kyle has a pretty nasty flank if they want it after this dragon. They can look for the turn. You also have a couple of abilities after. You're seeing hope. And remember, coming out of the draft, we were like, oh, this is a good member for TT. They've swapped over the Mbessa to the mid lane.
Yeah.
Shanks is getting caught out, but is it really him that's caught?
No, it's not at all. The Ash Arrow is going to hit it directly onto Tarzan's head, but the hero's entrance starts the chain of knockups. Watch how many members of TT fly into the air as Kyle gets a 3-man headbutt pulverized, and it's AL cleaning up shop, looking like the team that competed for an LPL title just a split ago.
There's not even the Baron up and available. We're 18 minutes into this game, and AL have a 7,000 gold lead. They have almost 4 times the amount of kills that TT have gotten. And it is just incredible to watch AL play. I was a little worried that we were going to get an AL that may have trolled a little bit of this game, but it seems like they are effortlessly pushing over ThunderTalk, saying, hey, that's nice what you did in Split 1. Let's see you get a little bit further than 8th place in the playoffs. Gambling here. Let's do a little bit of over-under here. Okay. For everybody in chat, 15.5 is going to be the Magi stack over-under.
He's already got the Cosmic Drive done for the second item to buy himself a bit more survivability. That can't be said for Tab, who uses the entire kit and the Flash, and it's just not enough to get him out of the grip that AL has over this map.
We still have Rift Herald available. I think 1xN's player cam just says it all. He's like, I guess we're just done with this game.
Let's see if we get the, dancing Shelly potentially. Probably not. She's taking a fair bit of damage just to get to this inhibitor. Doesn't actually burn any health on this crash down, Shelly. That's just a furnace at this point, but this could be the dagger here for AL if they want it, but they're going to take a bit more consideration, try and play for those side turrets, but Kyle gets knocked out of his own Herald, but ends up throwing Beitron, the one that knocked him away from Precious Shelly, into his entire team. Down goes himself and Feather. Hoya going in for one big execution. It's going to get it onto Kyle, but it's just fleeting hopes. Single kills meaning nothing, because this is anyone's legend dominating to cement themselves at the top of Group B, just like everybody expected.
I thought this was going to be at least a game that goes to right now, and they're like,
can I turn in homework like a day late? It's like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're like, okay, you know what, Kyle, every other part of this game has been fine. You get one. So this is going to be an Otacon going over to anyone's legend, and kind of this the crossing the I's, dotting the T's here as they look. I don't even think we're going to get a soul. I'm surprised we got 2 more dragons.
I'm surprised we got Otacon. I thought that, I don't know if my tone gave it away there, Dimitri, but I thought that last push was going to be a push for the end here. But maybe we won't get that Flandra grief death, because I think it would have been there So now, do they look polished with Otacon in their hands? They're at least setting their ire onto that tier 3 bottom inhibitor turret. In goes Shanks. The public execution for Satab whiffs. He was just trying to use it defensively. They're pouring so much damage into this front line, but it's just like tissues. It's feathers tickling the side of anyone's legend as they jockey for position around this turret. Off to the side, Hoya's getting hounded by Shanks. The Shroud will only protect you for a couple of seconds, Hoya, as he dashes back towards his base, and another minion wave reloads into the turret.
I'm looking at the mid differential right now. Shanks flashes forward, doesn't find the taunt. He is 3.5 levels over his lane counterpart. Part of that is the fact that they have almost 60 blood roses. So the amount of experience and adaptive forces that you guys are getting, this is fake. This is so fake.
Oh my god, it's like trying to find the Akali in the Shroud, but once they find Hoya, he's eviscerated in an instant. So that flank falls flat, and it's back to the drawing board for ThunderTalk, cowering under their Nexus turrets until this game finally meets its end.
23.5 minutes. They have almost 30 kills. It is 10,000 gold here. TT's out.
All right, Flandres, be careful. Flandra is teleporting in late. He's not going to grief death. All right, chat, we've got our Medjai's bet. There's no way to blow it. A triple kill over to Hope to polish it off. No, make it a quadra kill. Anyone's legend with a